It's Monday in Holy Week. This is the week of your redemption. It's weird in all this, but hear the word of the Lord from the book of Hebrews, the 2nd chapter. Now, in putting everything in subjection to him, he left nothing outside his control. At present, we do not yet see everything in subjection to him, but we see him who, for a little while, was made lower than the angels, namely Jesus, crowned with glory and honor because of the suffering of death, so that by the grace of God he might taste death for everyone. This is the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. If you want to measure God's control by, well, how it looks out there, they had a problem with it too back then. It wasn't just the coronavirus that made us wonder whether or not God's actually steering this ship. And so Holy Week this year matters even more, because if you want to see God putting all things in subjection to him, God ordering creation that sin has destroyed, look at that cross, where God was made lower than the angels, where God was made to be sin and was made to be killed for you, for your salvation. In this suffering and death of Jesus, we have a hope that God is at work to reorder creation according to his will. And on the last great day, we will finally see all things put the way that they ought to be. But for right now, our God is working in the middle of mercy, not simply in the middle of control. Because control, as much as we tend to really want it, comes with a lot of punishment I don't think we actually want. See, God could actually just sort of, send straight to hell everybody who doesn't properly social distance, but all of you, as much as you want to look down on somebody else, has still gone to the grocery store. You see, in this world, it's just going to be messy. There's going to be sickness. There's going to be suffering. There's going to be death because sinners are here. But our Lord has entered creation to help it. Our Lord does not stand back when all of these things are going wrong. If you want to measure God's subjection of this world, you want to do it by the law, by the putting all the sinners in their place. Well, nobody is saved, but we look to the cross of Christ, where God puts all things in subjection according to the gospel, where he himself bears the sins of the world, yours and mine and everyone else's, where he bears our sufferings and our death, so that by the grace of God we might see God taste death, so that by the grace of God we might know that we are those ordered for life, and that all things, even as messy as they are being put back together. Because we know what comes this week. Our Lord rides into Jerusalem to die on Sunday, and all throughout this week we get a little bit closer to the cross, where he will breathe his last on Friday, be buried, and then rise on Sunday. Measure it all by that. This is Holy Week. This is Jesus for you, even in the midst of a pandemic, ordering creation, not the way that we would by the law, but by the way that he must by the gospel, so that we sinners would have life.